Hi, welcome to TCM Community. Today we're doing our first episode of TCM Cooking, and I'm delighted that I am here with Dr. Yifan Yang, and she will teach us and we can learn about cooking with TCM. And today we have a few recipes to share. Thank you for having us.
Okay, so in fact, I don't call that is teaching or something. We cook together, isn't it? Yeah. Now it's really Angie bring this good weather here, and also this really summer start, I feel. And then I will particularly want to say in the summertime, as a Chinese, what we normally what to do, and in fact it's very simple. It's about. I want to talk mung beans. Mung bean, you can see that it's a green beans and very small, but the function of this is really quite good. It's cold and it can reduce the summer heat, and really in a very humid, warm, and people feel and sort of tired, and that this is very good. But how we can make it? That is, generally speaking, we say you can put this to make a kind of drink. This drink is you put this for about 1 or 2 hours to let it in the water, to let it become a little bit soft, and then you put on the fire to cook with big fire, and that is about 10 minutes. Then you turn smaller, gentle fire, and then you till the bones is totally open. Then it's finished. And normally we drink that is cold. That means you can prepare this in the evening, and the second day you have the totally that. Yeah. That's why I put in the pan, and I put that here. And the beans, you can eat the also. And another recipe that I want to say, for a lot of Chinese, they also put a little bit sugar in it. And you can put also some other Chinese herbs such as 百合, 莲子, those kind of things for the summer for the calm the mind. That is also good. But for me, I feel it's just without the sugar, then it's good.
Okay, I will taste it later.
Yeah.
The adding of the other herbs like do you also soak it like before the same amount of time and then cook it?
Yeah, that's because 莲子 is quite hot.
Yes.
If a fresh one and fresh 百合 you can put later. But when that is hot, you bought from supermarket, you can just buy it. You better to cook.
Soak it and cook it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be before the mung beans, or the same time. At the same time.
No, this 百合 is quite soft.
Yeah.
Easy to cook. But 莲子 can be very hard, very old, and you have to cook longer.
Okay.
But I prefer, in fact, only with this.
Okay.
This in the summertime is very light, and in China and in the traditional way, you go somewhere, they are not with Coca-Cola or some those sugar, very many. With sugar, that is always with this. That is clear the summer heat, feel calm, because it's also enter the heart and also liver meridian. Yeah, that's a little bit too professional. I hope everybody like cooking and try to find it. In fact, in China, there's very often also with ice cream. And made from this. Yeah, if you want not only like a drink, you can also halfway to first cook the mung bean, and after that you put some rice in it. Then you get porridge. So that is for Chinese. You can take us in the morning or especially in the evening. But I must say, mung bean is cold in nature. We particularly use that in the summertime, not in the winter, not such as if I'm teaching and I talk a lot in stress. And at home, I always prepare one pan of this. I particularly like it because normally when you feel warm, you like to drink something cold, but the cold will make blood circulation, we call it, heat meet cold, that will make a stagnation. That's not so good. And if you take the porridge of the mung bean, it is warm, you drink is warm, but the nature is cold.
Yeah.
So in that way, you can calm your heart fire, liver fire, and also excitement and make it cooler. But that is for the stomach and the throat. It's still good.
Yeah. So it's more balanced if you do it like that. Rice for the porridge, is it in 50-50 ratio?
Yeah, I think that is all very personal because when you put more mung bean, that is become more cold nature and clear heat. But if you really think, yeah, I want just like a kind of normal food, then you put rice a little bit more. When you put rice more, then that is become a little bit sticky.
Yeah.
Then the taste is better.
So it's more starch.
Yeah,
Maybe?
yeah. And this is quite often some people don't like the pills, but the pills have a lot of function for clear heat. Then I will say that have also fibers in it. That's why it's good to do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now this the last I want for my part, and I also know Angie will also share something what she made, and this is the sprout of mung bean. And this just in supermarket you can buy it, but it's very often only a little bit mixed with other vegetables. But if for Chinese we do that also just to walk very shortly and not totally eat raw, because I know in other countries they also eat like a salad. Indonesia, I see people so do make that. So now I want to just quickly make a walk of this, and I tell you what I can put in. Them is again for the summer dish on the table.
Wonderful.
Okay. I put a little bit the pepper, Sichuan pepper, and then wait that is till that's almost black. Then the smell of that come out. Very often people take that out only with the oil, but I feel with the herbs it still have some function. So it's not only because of the beauty, but it's also with some function, just like the peel of the mung bean.
Yeah.
So normally I will not take this away. Yeah.
I really like this Sichuan pepper.
Yeah.
And I was particularly interested when we got that, like during the studies as well.
Yeah.
And it's really a bit of numbing when you eat it.
Yeah. And this you just have two things. With the Chinese herb, in China, they also put that if somebody have toothache, they also bite that. That's try to make this numb.
The numbing effect, yeah.
Yeah.
Like in the Western culture, we would use clove.
Yeah.
To chew on it.
Yeah. And this one, even in Chinese herbal medicine, is belong. They have a little bit toxic. That's why you never use, but nobody use that a lot.
No.
That's only herbs, a little bit. Then those will also against in the body, microbes should not be inside you. Huh? Yeah, now I put.
It smells amazing already.
Huh?
It smells good.
It's
Very
good.
good.
Smell good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And very often I like just to use my stockfish. Because now it's a small pan.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easier. So, so that's very simple. And I put a little bit vinegar in it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that will keep the sprout is white in color.
Oh, okay.
And then I will just put a little bit of salt in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Okay, that's
Very, very
simple.
easy, very simple. Because in the summer, and that's especially in the humid time, we just want to have some light dish.
Mm-hmm.
And to go with
I never cooked this dish. Is this something typically Chinese or specifically region? Or
yeah, I come from Beijing. In Beijing, it's little that.
and so the combination with the vinegar is also a natural ingredient for this dish.
Yeah, but some people don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I do that because that is a keep the sprout is crispy,
Oh,
and
okay.
also the color is good.
And do you still taste the vinegar in the?
Not much.
Oh, okay.
That's why I say you only put a little bit.
Okay.
So this is really very natural. I will say now about 2-3 minutes. It's ready.
Yeah.
It's not too long, otherwise inside the juice is come out.
Yeah.
And that is now it's still good. That's why
it stays crunchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also I must say here I don't do the Chinese cooking. Very hot temperature, and then it can be even quicker. Like the fire is strong enough, but not really very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say that is a good.
But that's also good because you don't have the extra heat packed in like you would. Yeah.
Yeah, and also for the open kitchen, the smells goes, and also the environmental also healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a finish.
Shall I prepare my dish as well?
Yeah.
No? So today we're highlighting mung beans. Of course, we also have the mung bean flour. And what I made, especially because it's quite warm today and also tomorrow, so I figured maybe we can do a cold jelly noodle dish. This part is made of the mung bean flour, like a jelly, and I pre-made the sauce. I only have to add the garlic and the greens and a bit of heated oil. I will share the recipe, of course, on our site. I'm keeping this part, the root. Dr. Young, is it also possible for you to heat 2 tablespoons of oil for me?
Yeah, okay.
Meanwhile, we're putting the garlic in the sauce. first.
Yeah.
And
so Angie, you made this with the mung bean.
yeah.
You cook it and put gelatin or something?
No, it's mung bean flour.
Okay.
You can buy it at the Chinese store
Oh,
or
okay.
the Oriental stores.
Yeah.
And then you just add water to it. And well, actually you do 3.5 cups of water.
Yeah.
You cook it, you boil it.
Yeah.
And then 1 cup of water with this. You dissolve it first. When the water is boiling, you add that to it and you stir the mixture till it's translucent.
Okay.
And after that, you put it in a container to cool down.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, you get this piece of jelly.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you can
this
make
weight is cold and
yeah, exactly. And you can make the jelly noodle.
Yeah.
And now it's we made a noodle shape, of course, now, but you can also dice it or in different shapes.
Yeah.
You can add this spring onion and a bit of coriander. So this is the sauce with the garlic and the heated oil, and you just transfer this to it. If you want to, you can add some crushed peanuts with it, but I don't think it's really necessary. And you can also add fresh chili to it, but I also, in the sauce, I already have Sichuan pepper, so I don't think it's really necessary to add that to it as well.
It's delicious. When I see, I already know. Especially in the warm weather, and that's
Exactly.
that is really nice. And also the 凉粉, Chinese called 凉粉,
Exactly.
is cold, but with all the herbs together, it's still neutral, isn't it?
Exactly. With
Yeah.
the heat of the chili, the Sichuan pepper.
Yeah.
And also the garlic, of course.
Yeah.
It makes it a bit more balanced.
Yeah.
Okay, here you go.
So now we can start with our summertime.
Yes, thank you for having us here and showing us how we can make several dishes with bean sprouts, or mung bean actually, because I knew a few varieties, but not with the vinegar added into the dish, and also the drink, what we can do, because I only know the mung bean more with dessert and not as a drink only. So this is quite new to me.
And Chinese is really in the summertime they put in the bag and bottle with mung bean drink. So that's for the summertime. And I think in the summertime we don't like to cook too long. I will say that is you can do this in the evening, and that dish is only 2-3 minutes. So I think this is easy.
Yes,
Huh?
now we're prepared for the summer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a nice summer.